Okay, so we're going to start part 4 of our adventure tutorial. We're going to do that by clicking on part 3, and we're going to click See Inside. Now, you may not need to do this, but I'm going to save this as a copy so that I can have it separated out for our tutorials. Okay, so last time we got our bat so that we could separate out how it moved. That is great because this time we're going to work on actual interactions with our hippopotamus so that when we run into it, something happens. We're going to do that as a separate event of when the flag is clicked. So we want to set up when this flag is clicked. We want to find out if the bat is touching the hippopotamus. And if it is, we want to hurt the bat. A control so that we can have an if statement. If we are touching, not the mouse pointer, the hippo, then we're going to have some sort of reaction. To begin with, we're just going to have that reaction be a sound. We want to start sound owl. You'll notice you can play the sound until done, or you can start the sound. Play the sound until done means that nothing else will happen until that sound finishes. We don't want to do that. We just want to start the sound. It will finish, but then we'll go on. So now we're going to play. Drive the bat around. We're going to try and touch the hippopotamus. Oh, there we touched him, but nothing happened. Let's turn the volume up. Let's hit play again. We're going to go find the hippopotamus. He's being sneaky. Okay, you probably couldn't hear it, but there was an owl sound there. The problem is if we go do that again, it's not, actually, no, it didn't happen. That's what happened. Just a second. We're starting this whole video over. Okay, so our goal for the day is to have a reaction when our bat hits this hippopotamus. The way we're going to do that is it's going to be in our events. When the flag is clicked, we're going to start right away trying to detect if there is sound when our bat hits the hippopotamus. And so we want to have some control. And we're actually going to say wait until. So nothing is going to happen until our bat is touching, not the mouse pointer, the hippo. Okay? And once our bat touches the hippo, then we're going to start off with just a sound. We're going to play the sound owl, not until done. We don't want to play until done because that means that we won't move on to any of our other actions. We want to start the sound owl. Okay, so I'm going to hit play again. Oh, did you hear that? I'm going to go do it again. And you see, if I keep hitting him, nothing happens. And that is because I didn't put my forever loop around. So we want to keep checking. Okay, we're going to do forever. We're going to wait until we touch him, and then we're going to make the owl sound. We got to hit play again in order to start. See that? Now, do you see what's happening there? It's trying to play the owl sound over and over and over again. That's because we don't have a wait. We keep detecting forever, and we wait until he's stopping, but we don't have kind of a wait so that you can recover and get away. So now that we have that wait 1 second, it doesn't happen quite so quickly. Okay. I think it almost happens a little bit too slow. Let's see. Nah, that's okay. Okay, so I don't just want a visual or an audio, I want a visual too. And I'm going to accomplish that two ways. The first way is that I am going to change the way my bat looks. I'm not going to switch costumes. I'm actually going to go down here and I'm going to set an effect. Now you can play with these. They're kind of fun. There's lots of different effects. I'm going to choose the fisheye effect. So I'm going to set the fisheye effect to 0. Not to 0, sorry. To 100. And then I'm going to play this. And I'm going to hit him. We're going to see what happens. That's great, except for I don't ever unset the fisheye effect. So we're going to also set it back to 0. Now let's see what that looks like. We got to go hit the hippopotamus. Oh, now you can see nothing actually happens because it happens so fast. We're going to pause here and I'm going to see if you can figure out the way to fix it so that we actually get that effect. Okay, so we're back from our pause, and the way to actually get that effect is to do the same thing. We're going to wait in between starting the effect and ending the effect. Now, we don't need to wait a full second. I would just wait, a quarter of a second. And then we need to end up taking that away from down here. So that's the other 3/4 of a second. We're going to play. Oh, and now you can see that we get all big and we go away. Now, one last thing we're going to change is that normally in games like this, you don't just have an effect change like turning red or getting angry. You also have what's called a knockback. And that is when your player gets knocked back based on the enemy. And we want to set that up too. So the way to set that one up is to have our motion. And we want to start out by pointing towards, not the mouse pointer, that would be silly, but the hippopotamus. And then after that, we're going to move -30 steps back so that when he hits us, we knock back in the opposite direction of where he is. So it's going to make us a little tilty, but that'll fix as soon as we start using our arrow keys. So we're going to go try and find this hippopotamus. And he knocked us back. Okay. That gives us a little bit of a chance to get away from the bad guy before going. But I don't think that 30 is enough. I'm going to go with -50 back. There we go. I like that a lot better. So I'm trying to get at him. He hurt me and I got clear of him when he hit me. Okay. So this is all for today. Next time we're going to add some hearts to our heart sprite so that we can see how many times we've gotten hit and have the idea of when the game is over because we've been hurt too many times.